Hi friends, I'm Dr. Crystal Nix-Dayton, chiropractor and certified acupuncturist. Welcome to our kitchen. Today we are focused on helping you to change your habits with sugar. So one way that my husband and I found that we were able to transition out of our own sugar cravings that we had in the past was to use fruit. So one great way of being able to cut out ice cream is to do ice cream with bananas, because it gives that same texture, does definitely have a different flavor, but it can still be really enjoyed. So the significance of using fruit is that as opposed to having ice cream and the sugar that's refined or even coconut sugar on its own, is that it's in its isolated form there, whereas with fruit it has the fiber. So that fiber creates a lattice structure that gradually releases the glucose into our bloodstream. So we will still, again, experience some sugar spikes. So we don't necessarily want to do this all the time, but it will help us in our change in our own personal relationships with sugar. So something that we like to be able to do is first, when we're making our banana ice cream, is you'll peel it and then you'll put it in a bag. That's important because in a container it will freeze and it's very hard to get it out. So put it in a bag and then put it in the freezer. So you can chop it up. That's what we've done here. And then in terms of flavors, because we all have our different flavors that we like with our ice cream, is we could have something like cacao for our chocolate, and that's important just because using cacao as opposed to cocoa, it provides you with all the antioxidants that research has said that cacao has, but most oftentimes we're not having access to when it's in the cocoa form or the chocolate form because it's cooked out when it's in the cocoa form. So you definitely want to use cacao if you want the antioxidants. You could even do like different proteins that can help. Again, that could help with stabilizing the blood sugar when you're having that in your ice cream. Or some of the other toppings for flavors. You could do something like cinnamon, vanilla, fresh fruit, or mixed nuts. And then, so what we'll do from here is we'll go ahead and get going. So what we'll start off with is the bananas. So if you just have one banana, that should be plenty. And then from there, I'm going to go ahead and do just a half tablespoon of cacao in with the bananas there, the frozen bananas. And last is your milk. So you can kind of tailor it to suit your own style and preferences. We're going to do a third of a cup, but if you want it to be a little bit more firm, then you can do less milk, or if you want it to be a little bit more just kind of softer, then you could do a little bit more milk. So each of these you can change and add your own flavors. Even peppermint, for those of us who like mint chocolate chip ice cream or something like that, you could do cacao, add a drop of the peppermint oil in, and have a good time. So what we'll do here is I'm going to go ahead and blend this, and then we'll show you everything afterwards. Okay, so we just blended it, and one thing that you want to make note of is that I have it here on low, so it's like at a 3. You don't want it too high because now you're going to have a smoothie as opposed to ice cream. So nice and low for probably 30 seconds, that should be enough time. So from here, we're going to just go ahead and dump it in, and we will need a spoon. So once you have your consistency, so mine today is a little bit more gelato style, so if again you want it to be a little bit more thick and ice cream, then you might want to do a little bit less milk. You might do more like a fourth a cup of milk. And it is good to do plant-based because again we're trying to have more of a healthy alternative as opposed to the dairy. So you could get ours here, it's coconut milk, you can get almond milk, rice milk, those sorts of things. And then from here, I'm just going to go ahead and add some blueberries, as well as a little bit of cinnamon, and just a couple bit of these cacao nibs. And now you can see, yeah, what type of consistency it looks like, and then I'm gonna go for it. Perfect. It's got that banana flavor as well as some of the cacao flavor, and just nice and sweet and creamy. So use this when you want to celebrate with friends and family, or if you're again trying to cut your sugar craving. One thing is, try not to eat it after 8 o'clock, because we are trying to do more of the intermittent fasting. So enjoy and bon appetit.